Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Hey, today I wanted to share with you some news from the Inspector General's office regarding the VA and the claims process and all that good stuff, specifically regarding appeals and wait times and all that good stuff. So, with that, let me jump into it. The headline here is VA developed reporting metrics for Appeal Modernization Act decision reviews, but could be clearer on some veterans' wait times. Isn't that the truth? Who knows how long things are going to take, right? Anytime you do anything with the VA, the question is always, well, I don't know, when's it going to be happening? Because I don't know. So let's jump into this, see what the Inspector General has to say about not only doing the veteran benefits appeals, but what else is there that's going to be new with regard to potential wait times and that type of stuff that the Inspector General will be calling out. So this is a pretty short article, so I'll just read through it here real quick for you, and we'll go from there. All right, this just came out on 6/20, so June 20th of 2023, and it starts off the Veterans Appeals Improvement and Modernization Act of 2017. The Appeals Modernization Act, AMA, was designed to offer veterans faster resolution for disagreements with VA decisions. It established 3 review lanes. So for those that don't remember, it used to be different. You used to get your decision from the VA, you would file a notice of disagreement, you'd start the appeal process, and you just had one kind of way to go, and it just you'd have to go through the one standard route. Now they've opened it up, well, back in 2017 with the AMA, they opened it up to where you can now had 3 different choices that you could pick from for your appeal. So whatever you deemed would be the appropriate lane to go down for your appeal, you could just pick it and go straight there, which is nice. So that's what the AMA did. So it established 3 review lanes: a direct appeal to the Board of Appeals, to the Board of Veterans Appeals. So that's where the law judge sees it, and this portion, because it's kind of a little subsection of the VA, is not covered in this report. But the other 2 are, and that's the higher level review by a senior technical expert in which no new evidence may be presented. So remember that when you file an appeal, if you do a higher level, they will not accept any new evidence. I am very rarely a fan of using that lane unless I know without a doubt that everything is there. If there's just no other evidence that I could supply for whatever reason, right? Like, I've exhausted everything. I've had the doctor write 17 letters, and I've gotten buddy statements from everybody, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm more of a fan of the supplemental, which is the adding new, right? So let's move on. Sorry, I'm all over the place. And a supplemental claim, which is the other one. A higher level review and supplemental claims each have a completion goal of an average of 125 days. So what is that? 4 months? So that's their goal. So the goal is an average of 4 months, 125 days. The VA must report its performance to Congress and on a public website on the timeframes for these appeals. So it might be fair to say that just based on that information, if you filed an appeal, higher level review or supplemental claim, and it's been more than 4 months, you may want to just reach out to your congressional member and have them rattle the VA's cage a little bit, and maybe it might speed it up a little bit. Moving on. The OIG found that the VA developed reporting metrics for AMA decision reviews, but could be clearer on some veterans' wait times. Specifically, veterans who submit a claim for higher level review of a benefits decision and where a processing error is identified will have a new supplemental claim established, each with a completion goal of 125 days. VBA, which is Veterans Benefits Administration, reports these separately. However, when the veteran is notified that a new claim has been established, there is no mention that they may need to wait for its completion, with a stated goal of another 125 days for a final decision. So there you go. It goes from 4 to 8 months, and nobody's really telling you that. So that's not fun. The cumulative wait time for a higher level review finalized as a supplemental claim is not fully transparent to veterans. No kidding. So now you know. The OIG interprets the AMA to mean that for decisions under VBA's jurisdiction, VA must also report the average duration from when a veteran files an initial claim through 1 year after VBA's closure of the last decision on the AMA claim. VA omits the initial claim and 1 year. Oh, of course they do. The OIG recommended VA update reporting methodology to reflect veterans' total wait time for claims decisions. So instead of, hey, we made that first decision within 4 months and we made that second decision within 4 months, so we're within our time frames. They're saying, that should really be an 8-month time frame, not a 4 and a 4. So I agree. Veterans' total wait time for a final claims decision on higher level claims completed as supplemental claims and revise and clearly state how it calculates the average duration of these AMA claims. And that concludes that report from the Office of the Inspector General. And again, the headline was, yeah, sure, right? The VA developed reporting metrics for the AMA decision reviews, but it could be clearer on some of the veterans' wait times. So even though it sounds, and it did sound like it in this too, that your claim should be completed within 4 months, it may not if you file it as a higher level and then it switches to a supplemental. They're going to do 4 months and 4 months and say that they're within the timelines. So it's a little bit fuzzy. But with that, we'll go ahead and conclude it there. I really appreciate you. And, hitting that thumbs up, it really means a lot. Subscribing really means a lot. I appreciate every one of you who have. If you're still hanging on this video, this is just a thank you to everybody for all your continued support. I really appreciate it. And I'll continue to push out all the information that I can that I feel is relevant to all of us as veterans and spouses and dependents and so forth. Because it's one of those things where if we're not aware, then how can we act, right? So I appreciate you. Thanks again so much. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.